Howdy campers, Ben from Snowy's today with the Oztent RV4 Canvas Touring Tent. And this is one of the more popular tents in the Oztent range. Now, Oztent say it's a 4 to 5 person tent. Realistically, it's probably a comfortable 2 to 3 person tent. 2 people will fit in there with plenty of baggage, even maybe a table inside. This is how it looks as it comes in the bag. It's about 2 meters in length, 200 centimeters, 30 centimeters this way roughly, and about 20 centimeters this way. So you will need a roof rack or a trailer to transport it. Now I'm going to show you how to set it up and how to pack it away today. First thing though, I'll show you what comes in the bag. So this is what comes in the bag. This is the carry bag here. It's a durable synthetic carry bag. We've got the main portion of the tent here, which is the tent fabric and the tent frame all rolled up into one. Get your instruction manual with some repair patches inside. This has got a couple of guy ropes and a heap of pegs inside. These are good durable pegs, and you get 2 aluminium upright awning poles inside this bag here. So I'm going to put this stuff aside, and first thing we do is unfold the tent. So it does come with a strap around it. Just undo that strap, put it somewhere, don't lose it. We unfold this first bit. There's a little bit of a triangle here. Wherever this points is going to be the front of the tent. That's the floor of the tent that we're seeing there. And from here we can see that there are actually 2 arms. They're labelled A and B. So this has got a B on this side here. When it's packed up, B is the last arm we fold in, so it's the first arm that gets folded out when we set it up. So we just fold this out like this, and then we grab arm A, which is labelled here, and we fold this out too. Now, if it's a windy day, it can be a good idea to stick a couple of pegs in at this stage, just because from here we're going to actually lift the tent up. We don't want the wind to catch it. It's pretty calm here today, so I don't need to worry. The next portion to set up is to step into the side, into the doorway here, and up underneath the door is, there should be a little tag, there we go, with Oztent written on it. We'll grab hold of that and we lift the front of the tent up. So once we've got the front of the tent upright, we actually need to step inside the tent. So just put your hand up under here and hold this up. If I let that go, it'll collapse now. We need to invert the poles inside to hold it in place. So just come inside here. So while we're holding the top of the tent up here, we grab these arms on the side and we invert them until they lock into place. We do that on the other side as well. And before we walk away, we just need to grab these Velcro tabs on the wall here and put them around the frame. That stops this from inverting too far and keeps the wall from flapping around as well. We do that on the other side, and then the last thing we need to do is just push the corners of the tents out this way so that it's nice and tight across the front. And that's the main frame set up. We need to go and put pegs in around the base now. Now the RV4 tent's a little different than the smaller versions in that the back portion of the tent's got an extra flap of fabric, and we need to put a few extra pegs in there. So we'll go around there and show you how that works. Now I've got 4 pegs for the back of the tent here. Now the frame actually finishes here on the RV4, and there's an extra flap of fabric that extends out past the frame to create a little bit more depth. Now, we could put pegs in just the corners, but if we use these as well, it creates a bit more internal space. So I just need to put 4 pegs across the back here. And that's the main part of the tent all set up. There is one other thing we do if we were setting this up for a long period or staying in it overnight, or particularly if it's windy, is there are 4 guy ropes. There's one here, one on the opposite corner, and one on the back 2 corners here as well. Should always set the guy ropes up to make sure the tent's nice and secure. One other thing I mentioned before we set the awning up is you might wonder what this zip is at the top here. That's to attach the fly sheet. It's an optional accessory. The fly sheet simply zips on there and it covers the back of the tent. Now to set the awning up, we need our 2 awning poles. I've got a couple of pegs here and my guy ropes, which I've tied a little loop in the end of so that it hooks over the top of our spigot on the end of the awning pole. First thing we need to do is unroll this, let it fall to the ground, and then we can put the 2 poles in each corner. That's our awning set up. That's just with 2 guy ropes. There is an extra guy rope that's attached in the middle here. We could peg that out to stop it flapping around. Can also serve as a bit of a runoff for water if we pull this down a little bit. Allows the water to run off in the middle there. Alternatively, you can drop one side down to allow water to run off the side. One other thing I mentioned with the awning here is this eyelet. It's a second eyelet. We could put those poles here if we liked and create a flat awning to here and then slope down at the front. Ideally, these are for a taller pole, or those that come with the peaked side awnings, which are all attached by these zippers and Velcro strips around the side here. And this allows you to put a higher pole in here, create a peaked room, and you can actually enclose this with all the accessories at the front. So that's the RV4 all set up. I did that by myself pretty easily. They say it's a 30-second tent. This guy here will set up in about 30 seconds, just this portion here, really easily. It's a little bit longer by the time you get all the pegs and stuff in place, but it only took me a few minutes. It was really easy. And pack up is almost just as easy. We just do everything backwards. So I've taken the awning poles out and the pegs at the front. We do need to roll this up before we pack it up any further. We can't pack the tent away with this awning loose like this. So I need to roll it up, secure it at the top here, and then I'll take the pegs out around the base of the tent. Now while I'm at the back of the tent here, just to make it easier when we collapse the frame down, I'm just going to push this loose fabric inside the tent. That way it's not flapping around when we're trying to roll it up back into the bag. It's now level with the edge of the frame here. Now I've just grabbed my bag and my poles, the strap and everything that has to go back in the bag, and I put it in behind the tent there. So once we've collapsed this down, it's all sitting in place and it's easy to roll away. Now the next thing we need to do is step back inside the tent here and release the poles on the side. So while I'm holding the top of the tent here, or getting someone to hold it for me, I'm just going to release the arms on the side. From here we stick our head back out the door and we slowly lower the tent down. As we go, just grab the fabric inside and just pull it inside the tent so it all folds nice and neatly. The next step is to fold our arms in. We've got an A arm and a B arm. Fold A first and B second. Make sure the fabric's nice and flat as you go. Makes rolling it up easier. We've got this little triangle here that we started when we set it up. We just roll that over and we can use the strap to secure it all into place. That's the Oztent RV4 all packed away. It went back in the bag pretty easily. There's still a bit of space in here so you can fit some accessories in there as well. Now I did that entirely by myself and it was pretty straightforward. You can grab these at snowies.com.au at lowest prices every day. We do free delivery to just about anywhere in Australia. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.